Many of my clients who do patent registrations with me ask me why there is a lot of delay in patent. Yes, of course, there's a lot of delay in patent. Once you go for a filing, what happens is your application will be filed, and here comes the next problem, that is lack of clear timeline. In this video, we are going to explore why there is a lot of delay in getting a patent grant and how you can overcome it with some tricks and tips that I'm going to give you. Many of my clients who do patent registrations with me ask me why there is a lot of delay in patent. Yes, of course, there's a lot of delay in patent, and recently many of the inventors are asking that I want to get my patent granted as soon as possible, but from the government side we are experiencing a lot of delay. So there is a lot of time period is involved in getting a patent granted. Initially, people used to do a patent filing and try to promote their patent and try to bring investors for the patent. But many of the inventors are asking that I want the patent grant within 1 year to 2 years so that I can find a better investor to invest in my patent. But what happens is, on the other side, there is a lot of delay in getting the patent granted. In this video, we are going to explore why there is a lot of delay in getting a patent grant and how you can overcome it with some tricks and tips that I'm going to give you. Myself, Rohini, your intellectual property lawyer. There are three major reasons because of which the patent grant is getting delayed. Number one, complex process and procedures. Number two, lack of clear timeline. Number three, lack of examiners. Let us explore these points one by one. The first one, as I mentioned, complex process and procedures. Whenever you're filing a patent, you have many steps in the process. The first process is you have to do a patent search, which at least takes a period of 1 week to 10 days to find out whether your patent is novel or not. Once your application is found out that you have a novelty, then you have to process for filing, for which a provisional draft or a complete draft it is required. Whenever you are drafting this kind of inventions for patent filing, definitely it takes time because someone who is an expertise have to sit and write, and a legal advocate has to make sure that it is according to the government norms, and on third side, the inventor has to finalize the document. Definitely this takes a long period for us to file itself. Once you go for a filing, what happens is your application will be filed, and here comes the next problem, that is lack of clear timeline. Once you file any application before the patent registry, what happens is the next process is journal publication. But the government does not specify that from the date of filing on which date the government is going to publish it. So there is no timeline clearly mentioned. It may be 6 months or it may be 1 year. So in order to avoid this long delay in publication, we advise the inventors to go for filing an early publication form, which will definitely cost you extra. So once you file this early publication form, within 1 week of your filing, your application will be published in a journal. But here comes the second timeline which is going to delay your application. The second timeline is, once your application is published, it takes 18 months for publication. After that only it will be examined. So this 18 months time period, many of the inventors worry that whatever technology or invention that we are making, it gets advanced by the time period and it becomes of no use after 18 months. So in order to avoid this delay, we advise the inventors to file a expedite examination form. But this expedite examination form is not applicable for all of them. Only 3 people are allowed to file expedite examination. And if you have a doubt whether my application is eligible for expedite examination, call to this number and verify with us whether you are qualified for the same. Once you file this expedite examination, this 18 months of time can be saved, and within 3 to 6 months your application can be examined. So this lack of clear timeline makes the application goes for a longer period of time, up to 3 years. The third reason being the lack of examiners in our patent offices. When you take into consideration the number of applications which is filed, the last year it was more than 1 lakh, and before that it was nearly 90,000. To examine this 1 lakh application, we have only 590 examiners in our patent office. When you compare the other countries like China, the China Patent Office has more than 13,000 patent examiners in their government offices, and the country USA, in their patent office, they have nearly 8,132 patent examiners who will examine the applications. But in our country, we have 1 lakh patent applications which is being examined by 590 examiners only. This causes a huge delay in examining your application. This is where you should take help from an expert who will help you to file your application eligible with expedite examination, and this expedite examination will help you to get your grant within 1 year to 1.5 years. We in our offices have filed many applications wherein which using these two process of early publication and expedite examination have helped many of the patenters to get their grant within 18 months to 24 months. So if you are an inventor who would like to file your patent and get it granted within 18 to 24 months, get a consultation with us by calling this number. If you have any other specific doubts in your patent filing process or in your patent application, comment below in the comment box. We will check for it and reply back to you. In another video, we'll come with another interesting topic of your problems and try to give you a solution. Myself Rohini, your intellectual property attorney.